Just for a moment, take a breath with me. In and out. You know, it's the very first thing we do when we're born, and it's the last thing we'll ever do. But what if this simple, automatic function that we do all day long, what if it held the key to consciously changing our own minds and our own bodies? Well, let's explore the incredible science behind that idea. It really is a huge question, isn't it? It almost sounds like something from an ancient scroll, not a modern science lab. Can you actually influence your health, your focus, even your stress levels, just by controlling the way you breathe? For centuries, yogis have insisted the answer is a definite yes. But what does the science have to say about it? To find out, we're diving into a major scientific review that was published in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine. So this isn't about someone's opinion or belief. This is all about the evidence. The researchers pulled together the data from 68 different studies to see what really happens when these ancient techniques are put under a modern microscope. So the practice we're talking about has a name. It's called pranayama. It's an old Sanskrit word that basically means breath regulation. But this is so much more than just taking a few deep breaths when you're stressed. It's a whole toolkit of different techniques. Some are fast, some are slow, and some even involve changing which nostril you breathe through. Okay, so let's start at the top with our body's control center, the brain. How could something as basic as air moving in and out of your lungs possibly affect the incredibly complex wiring of your mind? It seems almost impossible, right? There's this beautiful old saying from ancient yoga texts, and it really gets to the heart of it. The idea is that your mind and your breath are just intrinsically linked. They're dance partners. And if you can learn to lead the dance by controlling your breath, you can influence where your mind goes. And what's so cool is that modern science is starting to map out exactly how that connection works. You know, the studies looked at all sorts of these pranayama techniques. So for instance, there's one called Kapalabhati, which involves these really rapid, sharp breaths. Then you have something totally different, like Nadi Shodhana, which is a slow, methodical practice where you breathe through one nostril at a time. And then there's Brahmari, which is kind of wonderful. You just make a soft humming sound as you exhale. Each one is designed to do something different. And this is where it gets really fascinating. Using EEG machines, scientists found that these different techniques create distinct, totally measurable electrical patterns in the brain. The fast-paced breathing, that can boost alpha and theta waves, which we often see during states of relaxation and creativity. The alternate nostril breathing has been shown to enhance something called P300 waves, which are tied to focus and paying attention. And that humming breath, it creates these unique high-frequency gamma waves. This isn't just a feeling of being calm or focused. It is a real physiological event happening in your brain. So from the brain, let's zoom out a little and look at the body's entire operating system. It turns out we can use our breath to hack the part of us that usually just runs on autopilot, our autonomic nervous system. So think of your nervous system kind of like a car. It's got two main settings. The sympathetic system is your gas pedal. That's your fight or flight response. It revs you up and gets you ready for action. And then the parasympathetic system is your brake pedal. That's the rest and digest mode that calms everything down and helps you recover. Now, for most of us, these systems just work automatically without us even thinking about it. But here is the absolute game changer. Breathing is the one and only bodily function that straddles the line between the conscious and the unconscious. You can just let it happen, or you can consciously take the wheel. The research shows that pranayama is, in essence, a manual override, allowing you to intentionally choose whether to press the gas or hit the brake. And get this, the control can be incredibly specific. Study after study has shown that breathing only through your right nostril actually stimulates that fight or flight system. It's like pushing the gas pedal to get more alert. Breathing just through your left nostril does the complete opposite. It activates the rest and digest system, gently hitting the brakes. And if you practice really slow breathing, say around 6 breaths per minute, that seems to be the sweet spot for maximizing the relaxation response, bringing on this deep state of calm. Now, being able to steer your own nervous system, that isn't just a cool party trick. It has profound, real-world applications for our health. This is where we take these ideas from the research lab and bring them right into our daily lives. I mean, just look at this list. The review uncovered studies where yogic breathing was used as a tool to help manage an incredible range of conditions. We're talking about everything from high blood pressure and asthma to anxiety and even helping patients recover from a stroke. It just goes to show how fundamental our breath is to our overall well-being. Let's get really specific for a second. In one study with patients who had hypertension, just 5 minutes of that slow, rhythmic breathing, again at about 6 breaths per minute, led to a significant and immediate drop in their systolic blood pressure. It's such a powerful demonstration of hitting the body's brake pedal when it's kind of stuck in overdrive. And of course, it's not just about our physical health. What about our minds? In a study looking at graduate students, who we can all agree are a pretty stressed out group, a semester of regular pranayama practice had a huge effect on their test anxiety. Before they started, 2/3 of the students, 67%, reported high anxiety. Afterwards, that number was cut in half, dropping all the way to 33%. And for a condition that's so directly connected to our breath, like asthma, the benefits are really clear. The research review pointed to multiple studies where patients who practiced these breathing exercises showed improved lung function, and, maybe most importantly, they needed to use their inhalers less often. They were literally gaining more conscious control over their own airways. So after looking at all this evidence, from brainwaves to blood pressure to anxiety, what's the big takeaway here? What does all this mean for you and me right now? Well, the bottom line is that this ancient wisdom is being proven right by modern science. Pranayama isn't just some vague relaxation technique. It is a powerful, evidence-based toolkit that you already have built in for regulating yourself. It's like a direct line of communication to your own nervous system, and it's accessible to you at any moment. And that really just leaves us with one simple but pretty profound question. Knowing that you hold the controls to your own internal state, that you can dial up focus or dial down stress, what could you change right now with your very next breath?